Today we're talking about cheating and the world that comes with forgiving if you are brave enough to forgive. So, Simone.
So, Mrs. X.
Thank you for having me here.
Good. So we want to talk to you because you actually were a person that cheated, and you have forgiven, correct?
Yes.
So can you just kind of tell us a little bit about what happened briefly? Just what's your situation?
Okay. Well,
And you are Mrs. X, so you are married, correct?
Yes, still married, still in the same relationship. Got married at 17. My hubby was 18. And yeah, through the course of life, we were working. We had a baby. 2 years in, I cheated with another man.
Let's back up. What made you want to cheat?
There was no connection in my marriage. We lost it. Somehow working 2 jobs, the baby, trying to keep up with bills. We were young, starting life with no family around, no guidance. We were babies growing up.
I can't even imagine being married at 17.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh my God, that's when you're like having fun.
Here, right?
Yeah.
Not that marriage isn't fun. Sorry, for the married people,
I just think we didn't appreciate each other. We didn't know how to appreciate our relationship. We didn't find the time to connect.
Right.
So I wasn't looking for it. It came out of the blue. I just bumped into someone at work.
Yeah, that's one of the excuses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bumped into it.
I fall and I can't get up.
No,
just fell inside me.
About 100 times.
He made me see how great I had it.
Right.
The grass is not greener on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely say that now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Herman. What you got to say, Mr. Goya? What the grass is green on the other side for you? What you gonna say?
It may be wetter.
A little dewy.
A little sticky. Never heard nobody.
I don't know if he wanted it.
Don't encourage these people. Goodness.
I mean, I think that people cheat. I think people cheat, but I think that women cheat better. I believe that women are better at it because of the reasons that we may cheat. Men, in my opinion, and from experience, of course, being a single woman, men would cheat because there is a lack of something.
Right.
Somewhere.
As opposed to
women typically cheat because they are trying to feel better about something that they're lacking. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, I'm looking at the expert. But it's I think women cheat for emotional reasons.
You have to be clear. And sometimes you don't define that until the situation happens, and that's fine. But when a situation happens and somebody's uncomfortable with something that you did and they consider that cheating, at that point, that's the time when you say, okay, well, talk to me about what do you think is cheating? What can I do? What can I do?
Right.
And then you come to an agreement on, can that work for you or not?
Right. But I think that's idealistic in terms of, I think that's right. I think it's 100. But unfortunately, as you mentioned, in most cases, it's not until a situation occurs, and at that point, the emotions kick in, and very few people are able to still talk rationally when they're emotionally influenced by hurt or heartbreak or what have you. So I guess the takeaway from that is have the discussion about cheating before cheating occurs, so you have an idea of what your parameters are.
Why? So a man can come back and say, "Well, you didn't have that one on the list."
And you think that's limited to a man saying that? Are you kidding me, girl?
No, I'm just saying that because that's what I get involved with. I love me a man, so I'm just saying that's what I deal with. Because I think women want to be loyal. I think women, kind of like the loyalty aspect. And again, I'm making assumptions. I'm here not as an expert, but as simple old me, which I love.
You're going down the right path.
Well, thank you. I'm talking about. So I do believe that women it's not in their nature. However, I do believe for men, it is natural for them to want and desire more than one mate. I believe for men, it is in their DNA to hunt and to capture and to, think about it. Years ago, it was Solomon, Abraham. They had hundreds of wives, and, that was the thing. And I think that DNA is still in man today. that they have the ability. And I also believe that men also have the ability to love more than one woman.
That's actually, I was just going to say that
Yeah.
in other parts of the world where it is not only allowed, but it's expected. But the fundamental belief is that if you're going to have more than one wife,
Exactly.
you better be able to maintain
take care
more
of them.
than one. And so I think that's a fair agreement. If you want to play in the field, be able to maintain the field.
You got to make
Right.
sure the
That's right.
playing field is even.
Right.
Unfortunately, in our culture and in our society, and also I think it goes back to a lot of the psychological damage that's been done to both men and women. We just don't have the emotional capacity to accept our mate having another mate or
Right.
being in another relationship. One, I don't think we can give ourselves enough to those people. And two, I don't think we have the capacity to accept that those other people exist.
Right.
So
That's another show, Open Bed Policy. Stay tuned. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about open relationships. So.
but that's just
Culture and sexual
Yeah.
practice.
Okay.
That's true. In the couples that I've worked with, I find that if you get caught, it tends to be worse because now they're wondering, what else have you done? When you come
Right.
clean and you bring it out, their trust is still broken, they're still hurt, but it's a little bit of,
There's some credibility that's still there.
at least you came to me and said something to me. That doesn't mean she's going to stay.
Right.
Right.
The thing that I think is the most disturbing is, people forgive. I get it. You forgive them and you stay with them. But then what happens after you forgive is that you're either paranoid, you don't trust them again. And then I'm a coach, so I deal with a lot of clients that are going through certain situations that are similar where they end up becoming stalkers in their own right. And,
Right.
in their own house, they're stalkers. Or they're digging through the phone, they're digging through.
CSI.
It's like, come on, like you're going to make yourself crazy. Either leave. Or just learn how to trust them because you're going to keep looking for stuff and guess what? You're going to find it.
But, interestingly enough, and that's why when we opened up the show, we talked about it being a mental health condition because there are, I'm not going to point fingers here, but women tend to be more, I think,
Psycho?
They'll bring that very baggage into their next relationship because they never addressed and dealt with it. Even if they moved on from that relationship, they never dealt with their own issues as to how they felt and give themselves time to heal and what have you. And then the next guy who comes along, he becomes sort of the brunt of the healing and without even doing nothing wrong, he's already being treated as if he was the one who cheated.
Right.
And so
We actually have a song.
let me end with this on my part. Everyone deserves to be forgiven. There is no sin greater than another. There is no, he who is without sin cast the first stone.
Right.
Cheating in your heart is the same as cheating in the physical. So for everyone who is either being cheated on or is a cheater or has been cheated on, you must understand that for your own wellness and for your own healing, it is imperative that you do forgive. It is important. You must. Forget? No, you don't have to forget. Write it in a book, publish it, do whatever you got to do. Start a radio show. I don't care what you do. Release it. You don't have to forget. But it is important that you forgive so you can move on and love again.
Right.
Time, the world that you want in front of you.